It's been 92 days since the Jaguars hit the first round of the Storm from Davidson Davie, who are 23-1 on the season, 15-1 in Region 10 play of NJCAA. Welcome to Selma, North Carolina, as a number 2 in the country, Davidson Davie, coached by Mr. Matt Ridge, one of the greatest coaches in his 15th season at Davidson Davie. Davidson Davie has played in multiple national championships dating back to 2021 season, where they finished 23-3, 15-1, lost in the national championship 86-75 to Des Moines area. The following year, they lost in the championship game 79-63 against South Suburban. And just last year, they lost in the quarterfinals game, but end up playing and winning against Henry Ford in the 5th place game in the NJCAA National Tournament. PD Doris alongside my colleague Craig Green. Craig, can the Jaguars get through the Storm today from Davidson Davie?
6 words for you. Why not us? Why not now? Come out here, play your game, attack early, jump out on these guys, and really heck of a chance. But I will say this, it's no coincidence that the minute we rolled up this afternoon to the gym, it started raining. The storm brought it with it today, so will it be raining 3s and 2s in here today, or will we see a defensive battle? I think a defensive battle would really defensive battle would favor the Jaguars today. That's what they needed to clamp down the defense and turn it over.
There's only been 2 games this season that Davidson Davie has shot in at 30% from the field, and that was 2 of their closest wins this season. Other than that, Davidson Davie has shot well in the 40s and 50s, even in the 60s as high as today. Can someone match the number 2 in the country, Lady Women, the Iowa Hawkeyes today for Davidson Davie, as Caitlin Clark, who averages well in her 30s in points in college? Can the Davidson Davie Storm come through and tear down the Richard B. Harrison Gymnasium today against the Jaguars? Sending it to the PA announcer now.
Between
Thank you. And for the starters for the Storm, we have number 3, DJ Suggs. Number 4, Nige Stroman. Number 12, Frank Stockton. Number 22, Trey Fields. And number 25, Aiden Taylor.
DJ Suggs and Nige Stroman averaging 13.5 points per game through 24. As DJ Suggs through 23 games averaging 13.
Y'all make some noise for your starters.
That is the duo that you'll have
We
to stop
have
today.
number 0, Jaden Dunn. Number 1, Elijah Brady. Number 5, Michael Linton. Number 20, Emmanuel McLean. And number 11, Quavon Anderson.
For the Jaguars, Jaden Dunn averaging 22 points per game, Elijah Purdy averaging 14 points per game, and Michael Linton right there with him averaging 14 points per game. Ladies and gentlemen, the storm is blowing through Selma. Can the Jaguars contain the storm right here at the Richard B. Harrison Gymnasium as the storm will come out in the dark away jerseys with the Jumpman logo on the right chest with DDCC across the chest. The Jaguars in their home jerseys. Michael Linton will be jumping up against Nige Stroman. Craig, we got a good game right here at the Richard B. Harrison Gymnasium.
20 minutes on the clock. Let's get this party started.
And we are underway with JCC with the first possession. Can the Jaguars start off quick, Craig, or will they let the storm set the pace and blow right through them today?
Got to get to the rim and start fast. Already got a turnover, Petey. Not a good start for JCC, but again, got to play up in your face here defensively. Don't sit back and let the storm pick and choose what they want to do offensively.
Jaguars, one turnover, one possession, just 19 seconds off the clock. Jaguars set up in a like a zone man defense as Suggs gets off the first shot, and I tell you, Craig, that's why he leading the way for the Storm, second in the team in points.
And Suggs found a nice spot early and right in the front of the rim. Short range jump shot about 15, 16 feet out. Easy jump shot, high percentage, 2-0 for the Storm.
The Jaguars turn the ball over once again. That's 2 turnovers and opening minute for the Jaguars.
I do like the tight defense by the Jaguars to get started. It is a matchup zone.
Naj in that post and kicking out to Fields, and Fields back to Naj for that little southpaw 3, and it's off the mark, and that's the first miss for the Storm. The Jaguars come up empty on that possession with Hugh Anderson. Taylor goes right side. Driving in the paint is Stockton. We have a whistle, and the first foul belonging to McLean.
McLean making contact as the ball handler was going up in the air. So easy call, 2 free throws coming up. Got to see the Jaguars start a little bit faster though, Petey. It is, 140, 115 gone here in the first period. But 2 turnovers to get us started here. Not the way they wanted to start the game.
Frank Stockton, the freshman, averaging 8 points per game, 52% from the free throw line. Misses the first, makes the second. First quarter, 3-0. Storm getting started quick. As Dunn on the right wing, driving, elbow shot, short. Stroman pulls down the rebound, and here come Suggs. Suggs left side, and in the paint, and over to Fields, and Taylor holds it on the corner. Back out to Stroman. Stroman works inside the Fields. Double team claps. Back out, and a turnover for the Storm.
Good defense by the Jaguars. You see they're active and they're moving, and they're not giving any space to the Storm when they catch the basketball.
18:09 left, 3-0. Storm leads the Jaguars. Preddy crossing in the paint, going to the opposite side, trying to set up an offense. That's one thing the Jaguars need to do is not let the Storm set the pace, but the Storm has set the pace so far as the Jaguars scrambling with 15 on the shot clock. Q Anderson's baby hooks off the mark. Stroman pulls down his second board, pushes ahead to Fields, and Fields whips it back around the perimeter, and Taylor goes inside on the baseline. Nice pass by Stroman to Taylor. Taylor takes the baseline and overshoots the goal. 17-30 and 3-0. Jaguars and Storm match up on this Super Bowl Sunday. McLean driving, puts up a shot, and Fields with the rebound. Trey Fields for Cleveland High School and hands it off to Stockton, and Stockton gets the easy dunk. 5-0 Storm.
Still not a fast start for either side, but you can still feel the Storm have the early advantage. The Jaguars another turnover, PD. This is a bad start for them.
Suggs falling and right there to pick it back up and going up. Aiden Taylor gets fouled, and Suggs misses the layup for the Storm, and Suggs tries to regain and overshoots the rim on the three. Fields fighting with Preddy, and Preddy coming out with it. Jaguars down 5-0. Dunn with a straightaway three, and the Jaguars get on the board.
Wide open, Jaden Dunn. Nice shot, release rotation splash.
Jaguars scored a first bucket at the 16:39 mark, and we have our first substitution for the Storm. Tyler Johnston will check in the next dead ball. Fields drops his shoulder, and it's a blocking foul on Q Anderson.
If I had $1 for every time that happened this season, I could buy everybody in this gym lunch. Q Anderson takes another charge, and he doesn't get the call.
This Fields will exit as Tyler Johnston comes in. Trey Fields, correction.
And Coach Creasy looking at the official like, you see him outside the restricted area.
Lobs it into Stockton on inbounds play, and Stockton misses another layup. As you can hear Coach Matt Ridge aggravated about the missed layups for the Storm. This is the number 2 team in the country, ladies and gentlemen. Inside to Najee, and Najee kicks it to Fields, and Fields with the elbow shot.
He looked comfortable taking it and making it. Nearly another turnover, but this time a foul called after Johnson knocked down that mid-range jumper.
Storm will check in. Wade, Parker, and Williams. As Taylor, along with Reese and DJ Suggs, will have a seat for Davidson Davie. One thing about Coach Matt Ridge, he has a deep bench, and he ain't scared to play everybody. If you're not performing, he'll pull you out and let you think about why you're not playing. As Stroman pulls down the block and kicks it. Back out three for Parker, off the mark, and Linton pulling down the long rebound. Jaguars within 4 with just 5 minutes off the clock, and Dunn with another three, and here come the Storm.
Didn't mind that shot, just didn't fall for him.
So they kick it around the perimeter, 21 on the shot clock. Back inside to Najee with the baby hook.
You see where Stroman catches the basketball? That's where they need to try to set up Michael Linton in the exact same spot.
Linton has his job cut out for him today. Linton driving in, kicking it to the corner. Three for McLean, in and out, and pulling down his first rebound, Baron Williams. Williams swings around left side to Wade. Wade inside to Najee, and we got a kickball. Fields checks in for the Jaguars. Renchquan Johnson checks in.
For the first time in a while, we're getting Johnson and Linton on the floor at the same time, PD. I think that the mission here for Coach Creasy, crash the boards, play some tough defense.
Williams hits the kick out, and it's a three off the mark for Kobe Parker. We have a foul on Tyler Johnson. So Alex Reese will check in. He'll check in for Kobe Parker.
Just like you said, Coach Ridge rotating his guys in and out.
Stockton checks back in, as Baron Williams will have a seat
We've
with
seen
1 rebound and 1 miss.
we've seen, what, 9 guys already from the Storm already in the first 5.5 minutes?
14:25 left, 9-3. Jaguars trail. Jaden Dunn with the only points for the Jaguars. McLean gets away. It's great defense as the entry pass to Linton. It's volleyed up, and here comes the Storm. 9-3. And we have a foul. And picking up the foul for the Jaguars is Emmanuel McLean. That's his second. Will send Tyler Johnston, who's 69%, 69.5, so we'll call it 70% from the free throw line. This is one person, Craig, you do not want to foul for the Storm when it comes down to the end.
And Davidson Davie also is a pretty good free throw shooting team, as is on their own.
He misses the first, and Alvin Singleton checks in for McLean.
Yeah, the Storm, by percentage, PD, the second best free throw shooting team in Region 10. They average 73% from the line.
50% on that trip. It's 10-3.
I said, Mike, wait.
Jaden Dunn slowly brings the ball up the court and kicks back door to Preddy. Preddy, baseline, jump shot, and you can count it.
That fadeaway hadn't really been falling for Dunn and Preddy the last couple of games. But if they get that shot working, PD, this is going to be a really interesting game. Again, why not us? Why not now?
Reese goes inside the field and Fields with a reverse layup. And that's exactly what Coach Matt Ridge is calling for. Why are we not going inside? When you go inside and on a mismatch, and it works every time. When you have a 6'7", 6'8", 6'4" guy down low, work inside, work on a mismatch, and you'll win every time. As Taylor checks in at the media timeout for Wade, we'll get a quick break. You're listening to Jaguars Basketball on Jaguars Sports Network, 12-5. The Storm are storming their way through Johnston County.
Listen and imagine. It takes 5 seconds to send a text, and for those 5 seconds, you're driving blind. Life is worth more than a text. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
1 in 3 adults in America have prediabetes, but most don't know it. To let people know it can be reversed before it becomes type 2 diabetes, professional basketball player Julius Randle is doing everything in reverse.
I'm only dunking with reverse windmills.
Jaguars and Storm match up in Johnston County, 10-5, 12-5. Davidson Davie leading the way over the Jaguars. PD Norris, Craig Green bringing you coverage. First media timeout. Jaguars fall early, 5-0. Getting their first bucket at 16:39 mark. They have only scored 2 points in the last 3 minutes.
Can the Jaguars get themselves back into this game? I mean, they're already down by a touchdown. They needed to start fast here. Timeout called by Preddy. He couldn't find anyone to inbound the basketball. So got to find a way to move without the ball and get yourself freed open. But you also got to give credit to Coach Matt Ridge and his team for commitment to defense on the inbounds pass.
That's, it's great to see that Elijah Preddy knew, hey, I need to call the timeout. I don't need to, you don't want to burn a timeout this early, but you don't want to turn the ball over on a careless mistake. Because the last game we saw, the Jaguars had 5 shot clock violations.
Good awareness by Preddy to see the situation, know exactly what was happening in front of him, save the possession for the Jaguars. So, Coach Creasy just drew up something now that's going to get these guys in a better position.
So Jaguars out of timeout will be inbounding. Ball underneath their goal. Preddy looking for separation to get the ball in and gets it into Dunn. Out to Johnson. Johnson hands it off. They've got a screen, and it's a
illegal screen on
illegal
Rich Quan
screen.
Johnson. I didn't see anything illegal about it, except I think the referee may have seen that's exactly what I was going to say right there, Petey. I think he, for those you didn't see, Petey gestured with his elbow, and that's exactly what I saw from Johnston too. Didn't think it was enough to draw an offensive foul, but
Nice
the referee
backdoor cut and going out with a two-handed slam, Frank Stockton.
And a good pass to find him by Fields. Jaguars still trying to find their flow offensively, Petey. It's almost like they're trying to want to penetrate the defense, but they don't know which way to go.
Singleton guarded tightly by Reese and hands it off to Preddy. Preddy shuffles baseline to go out to Dunn for three, and Dunn is air balls the three and is Storm's ball. Frank Stockton, through 19 games this season, averaging 8 points per game.
Yeah, Davidson Davie have a bunch of guys who can contribute. It's not just a one-man show out here. I mean, that's why we see Coach Ridge playing, 8, 9, 10 guys on the floor.
Tyler Johnson gets a feed and goes up with that left hand. It's 16-5. Jaguars still looking for an answer on the offensive side as Frank Stockton picks up the foul on a reach. So Suggs, along with Stroman, checks in for Reese and Tyler Johnson. Correction, they moved it to Stockton. Jaguars with 12:05 left, trail by 9. Correction, 11, 16-5.
Look how tight the Storm are playing up on the Jaguar ball handler every single time. Nearly no space to operate. They're spending a lot of time up here at the top of the perimeter, dribbling and weaving around. Then they try to penetrate with about 6 on the shot. Nice shot by Elijah Preddy.
Elijah Preddy with a deep 2. Took one too many dribbles and got inside the three-point line, but drains it. It's 16-7, but backdoor, and Stroman with a two-handed slam.
And what a nice pass by Taylor to find him down low. And a great cut as well by Stockton.
$11:22 left, 18-7.
Fields has really been harassing Linton any chance he's got. But I still contend you got to find Linton down low, let him operate in that low block.
Dunn hands it off to Preddy. Preddy spinning and trying to get separation on Stroman. Stops, pops, and it does not fall. And pulling down a rebound, DJ Suggs. Pushing the front court. Great ball movement by Reese. They'll pull it back out. DJ Suggs straightaway 3, and you can count it. Take it to the bank.
Smooth as silk, nice shot by Suggs. Suggs already up to 5 points of the 21 for Davidson Davie here midway through the first half. Somebody lost a shoe out there.
Popping out was Gregory, and Gregory's 17-footer is
yeah, Reese lost a shoe playing defense.
$21-7. 21-7, 10:37 left in the first half. English. Pull back out. Fields drives, triple team, and pushing it back out. We got a block and foul on Singleton.
Now, Singleton was moving his feet that time, trying to get in position. I could see why the referee made that call. Good call by the official.
21-7, 17 foul for the Jaguars. And majority of that, Craig, you can see the conditioning for the Jaguars. Davidson Davie setting the pace, their pace. And Jaguars, when you're tired of getting beat by the offensive player, you're going to pick up a cheap foul. And right now, the Jaguars are 17 fouls to Davidson Davie's 3.
Can't play defense with your arms. You got to play defense with your feet and your mind. That's how you do it. That's how you stay in front of them. And that's exactly what Davidson Davie's been doing. Every time the Jaguars get the basketball, you can see a Storm defender literally within inches of the Jaguar ball handler. No space, no quarter, no rest.
So they did have the team fouls wrong, so they erased the 1 and 1, and Davidson Davie with a ball, 21-7. DJ Suggs calls out a play and pulls it back out with 9 on the shot clock. Suggs drives, kicks it to the right wing, and Wade with a 15-footer, and it's nothing but cash money.
And, you know, good defense that time by JCC. Unfortunately, there's Linton in the low block operating where he operates best. But, again, good defense by the Jaguars that time. I mean, Wade just made a better shot with about 2 on the shot clock.
Wade hands it off to English, and English goes to the back out, and looking at that elite jump by Mike Wade, and will kick it to Fields, and Fields with the 3.
Fields is doing his, he's playing inside and out. You saw him playing down low and now hitting the 3, and then responding is Jaden Gregory. I mean, again, still not a good spot for the Jags, but, you know, to see the ball go into the net should provide some confidence going forward.
Down low to Fields, and he about lost it, and he's saving it and threw it out of bounds.
Threw it into
he was trying to go to Ethan English.
Threw it into the 3rd row back there.
Kobe Parker checks in along with Taylor as Fields.
And just a point to bring up in terms of the execution right now, PD, the Storm have only 2 turnovers. That's their 2nd turnover with 26 points midway through the first half. The Jaguars, 12 points, 6 turnovers. Make it 7.
Dunn turns it over, and here comes Kobe Parker ahead, and he leads Mike Wade up to the left side, and it's 28-12.
And good fast break, the 2-man fast break there, executed to perfection. Wade found, streaking to the basket, and lays it home without any problems.
16-point lead for the Storm. Jaguars searching for the offense. McLean backdoor was done, but wasn't there. Singleton picks up his dribble, goes to Gregory. Gregory's pull up 2 and is good.
It's a long 2. I mean, he had 1 toe on the line, 1 toe behind the line, so call it a 2.5-er.
28-14, 8:18 left. Ethan English getting a screen by Stroman. Rolls left to the key and back out to Kobe Parker inside to Stroman. Stroman kicks it to the corner, and baseline Taylor is off of the Jaguars.
Yeah, good defense by Preddy to cut off the baseline.
Regquan, Johnston, and
Q Anderson
checks in for Linton and Dunn. 28-14, 8:03 left. Biggest lead, 16 for the Storm. Kobe Parker from the corner. Bat. Just like that. We're back up to the biggest lead, 17.
Too much space for Kobe Parker in the corner. Got to close out on the shooters much quicker than that.
Brady looking for help, but Regquan was backdoor, but Stroman falls right into the passing lane. Preddy, baseline jumper, off the mark, and fighting and coming out with it. Q Anderson, layup's good.
And rebound by Singleton created that second chance, and a great pass by Q Anderson to find it.
15-point lead inside to Stroman. Stroman with that nice soft baby touch, and Q Anderson. Q Anderson with the rebound. Jaguars with a chance to chop into the lead at the 7-12 mark.
Got to chop away, and chop away at this lead. But again, Petey, too much dribbling around at the top of the perimeter. No action. Now you got 10 on the shot clock. You've wasted 20 seconds doing nothing.
Singleton straightaway 3, count it.
Tell you what, you can get a few of those threes to fall. You may end up finding yourself much closer into this game than you have been. Again, Jags have been struggling offensively for about a month.
They answer back with a 3. It's 34-19. Najee with a 3. 6:18 left. Singleton picks up his dribble at midcourt. Not sure why he picked up his dribble right at midcourt, Craig, but was able to get the ball off to Preddy.
Felt those
Preddy
footsteps coming.
Preddy circus shot as he's leaning, trying to draw the foul. Got a fresh set of legs coming in. Suggs along with Johnston, and we got a full timeout. Craig, Jaguars start off slow, catching a little bit of momentum towards the second half of the first half. Down 34 to 19, 15 points down. The Jaguars get within 10 going into halftime. There's a hope and a chance in the second half.
Agreed, but it's going to take better execution on offense to get you there. I mean, defensively, you've got guys cutting and getting to the basket wide open. How many dunks do the Storm have right now? How many layups do they have? You got to play better defensively, and offensively, you've got to do something different than weaving in and out for 15 seconds at the top of the key. You've got to be able to penetrate their defense and get the ball inside to your danger man down low, Michael Linton. And if he can't do that, if he doesn't have the spot, then you let him kick it out for the shooter wide open. But right now, the offense has no flow. It's out of sync, and I think that's a reason why they're down by 15 early. They've turned the ball over 7 times, and they're not rebounding as well as they need to.
They've only forced 2 turnovers by Davidson Davie. Pretty much, Davidson Davie leads the way and it rebounded in the first half. But I can tell you, Craig, it's a whole lot different caliber basketball team, Davidson Davie and the Jaguars. The Jaguars trail 34 to 19.
I mean, Davidson Davie set the pace right now, and the Jags are having a hard time keeping up. Turnover. Oh, correction, no. It's going to be off of Fields. But you got to move fast now. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Be aware and make sure you get up a good shot.
Singleton comes into play to Dunn, and Dunn drives and got a blocking foul. That was Tyler Johnston picking up the foul.
Will Coach Ridge gamble and leave him in the game, you know, feeling confident, being up by 15, or will he pull him?
34-19. Dunn drives, puts up a runner, and coming down with the rebound, DJ Suggs. We're going to Parker back to Suggs. 5:45 left. Suggs drives into paint and off the heel to iron, but pulling down the big rebound was Tyler Johnston. Let's get off a 3, and it's off the mark. Dunn with the rebound off the miss. English 3. Anderson driving on English on the baseline and loses the ball, and it's off of Fields. 34-19, 5:21 left.
I don't know if you've noticed this, PD, but I've seen it not only with the men's team, not only with the women's team, but the men's team as well. Catching the basketball cleanly sometimes has been an issue. Like, you know, they kind of fumble it sometimes. That also leads to turnovers because you have to bend down, pick up the basketball. You know, just general ball handling been a tough thing for the Jaguars right now. And now a foul on Q Anderson trying to follow up his own shot.
Anderson, frustrated with his shot, picks up a cheap foul and stops the ball control. 5:05 left, 34-19 as Reese checks in for Tyler Johnston.
Yep, just like you said, a frustration foul. You know, had a good look, couldn't get it to go. Down comes Parker with the rebound, and he's all over Parker's back.
Kobe Parker, 72% free throw shooter on the season. We'll look for a 1-and-1.
And again, the Storm second leading free throw shooting as a team by percentage in Region 10. Final 5 minutes, OPD, if you're the Jaguars, kind of want to speed things up offensively, slow it down defensively. Get in their face. Don't let these guys have any space to operate. The same thing they've been doing to you for the first 15 minutes.
17-point lead. Singleton wasted 10 seconds off the shot clock. Going to Linton. Linton switches hands and goes up and misses the layup. Fields pushes it into front court, takes it himself, and biggest lead, 19.
You know, I didn't mind that offensive possession by the Jaguars. Good job by by Singleton to find Linton down low. Linton just couldn't get the bunny to fall. But the problem also was that the Storm made you pay for it on the offensive end.
Mike Wade checks in along with Freddie. Freddie checks in for Q Anderson. Mike Wade checks in for DJ Suggs. This is where the Jaguars need to capitalize with Najee Stroman and DJ Suggs off the court. And the last time the Jaguars faced the same rotation, they were unable to get a bucket off. Inside to Linton, and Linton, Fields, great defense. And if you're not hot, you got to give it to the man hot, Jaden Gregory, with 3.
8 points with Gregory right now, and a good find by Linton. And that time, Ethan English responds with a really nice finger roll right down the middle of the paint. But Jaden Gregory right now has got the hot hand for the Jags. You need to find 21. He's out there in the perimeter. They don't respect his jump shot. Find him.
Linton drives on Fields and takes Fields straight to the hole. Fields, great defense. All you could do was right there with that defense. Najee looking to check in. Fields looking to take Linton up. And Linton picking up the late whistle.
Linton's wondering what he could have done better in that situation. Played him straight up, played him one-on-one, did a pretty good job, just a little too much contact.
Suggs will check in along with Aiden Taylor. Stroman will check in. Makes the first free throw is Trey Fields.
Emmanuel McLean coming back in for the Jaguars. He's going to replace Alvin Singleton. And so you'd have to imagine that'd be for the final 3.5 minutes of the first half.
%100% on the free throw. 18-point lead, 42-24. Trey Fields will have a seat after the 2 made free throws.
And Fields is perfect from the field right now, Petey. 3 of 3 and 2 of 2 from the line. He's got 9 points.
Gregory goes to Linton, who Linton was way out on the wing, and Linton should have been down low, and they kick it around. And 17 on shot clock. Preddy spins, 13-footer off the mark, and Taylor with a rebound. Taylor driving, Euro step, and it's good.
Against three Jaguars.
Great movement by the Storm as he storms right down, and it's to a 20-point lead.
They're just executing so much better, and they're making the Jaguars pay for every time they have an empty possession. Here we are, 15 on the shot clock. They haven't even gotten inside the three-point line yet.
Done, 14. It's off the mark. Comes Wade, and Wade kicks it. They'll move the ball around the perimeter, back inside to Mike Wade. Pull out to Taylor. Taylor steps in for a 15-footer and one.
Yeah, good move by Taylor to get McLean in the air. And then McLean came down and still made contact with Taylor as he was going up for the second attempt. That's 3 on McLean. He's going to have to sit down. Here comes Singleton. What we thought would be the rotation for the remainder of the first half is not to be, because McLean has picked up foul number 3.
This is our first three-point opportunity. You can count it for Aiden Taylor with the last 5 points for the Storm.
Davidson Davie well on their way to putting up a 50-burger here in the first half. Again, just much better execution on both sides of the floor.
Done. Loses it right to Taylor. Taylor pushes it ahead to Wade, and Wade with the layup miss. Najee with the rebound and the putback. Here, Coach Matt Ridge still coaching from the sideline with a 25-point lead. That's why you're number 2 in the country. Preddy with the 3rd consecutive turnover. Suggs looking, lobs it. And going up is Aiden Taylor. 51-24.
And unselfish by Suggs to give it up to Taylor, too, because Suggs could have took it up himself.
27-point lead, biggest lead. Closing out the first half with 1:30. Najee gets a turnover and pushes it ahead. And another turnover as he's looking for Mike Wade or DJ Suggs. And we have a blocking foul.
Well, they're calling it consistently as Taylor was in a good position. He wasn't moving, but still picked up the block. So just team foul number 4 on Davidson Davie. They're not in any danger of giving up free throws to JCC.
Last time these two teams met back November 11th, halftime score was 51-27. Right now it's 51-24, or 1:25 left.
We're right on the pace for the exact same score.
Jaguars lost 111-59 to the Storm in Lexington. We have a foul on Ethan English with the hold.
Looking at the official like, who, me? What did I do? But he had a hard time keeping up with Jaden Dunn, and that's why.
Get it into Linton. Linton taking Fields, kicks it to Gregory.
They're chasing Gregory off the line now, Petey. Game clock never started. It's stuck on a $1:25.
51-24. We'll reset it at 1:20. As Cape Fear Sea Devils are showing up for our doubleheader here. Girls will play the second matchup as Linton misses the one off the mark, fighting for the rebound and coming back out. Here come the Storm as Baron Williams pulls down the rebound, looking ahead and almost with the carry. But Ethan English volleying Fields, 2 missed layups, 3 missed layups, offensive board, and English settles it for the Storm. 29-point lead. 45 seconds left. Jaguars, another miss. Sims will check in the first time for the Storm. And an and one coming up for Ethan English.
Knocked to the floor by Preddy on his way up. So foul on Preddy, free throws coming.
55-24. 33 seconds left as DJ Suggs will have a seat. And English converts on the second and one opportunity.
33 seconds left. I mean, when you go to the locker room here, if you're the Jaguars, just kind of lick your wounds, kind of forget this first half, start over in the second half.
32-point deficit. 3, and it's good. You can count it for Gregory.
Still the hot man, 4 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from downtown. Jaden Gregory, 11 points to lead the Jags.
56-27. Sims for a 3, and it's off the mark and a block at the end. And that takes us to halftime, 56-27. The number 2 in the country leads the way at the break by 29. We'll be right back here with stats, facts, and figures after word from our sponsors.
Sporting event? Sit back and relax. Event management has got you covered. Whether a charity call, fundraiser, a preseason showcase, or a regular season game day operation, let Sit Back and Relax handle the details. Single game, tournament, and full season event planning and logistics services available. No matter how big or small, SBR has you covered. Just sit back and relax while the professionals at Sit Back and Relax take care of the rest. Visit sbrnc.com or call 919-264-8418 to get started.
He was the heart of your family, and he taught you our history. He helped you fix your first flat. He was the best backyard DJ around, and every time he'd tell a story, he'd own the room. But now more than ever, he may feel alone. Today, older adults and their loved ones are struggling to connect, in a time when connection has never been more important. But there is something we can do. Embrace our older loved ones through StoryCorps Connect. With StoryCorps Connect, you can honor seniors remotely with an interview about their life. Every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history, so that years from now, future generations can listen in.
All right, Grandpa, what's one piece of advice you have for me?
Just 3 words, sweetheart. Live with courage.
The man that had the best stories still has plenty of stories to tell. So connect virtually and share the conversation of a lifetime at StoryCorpsConnect.org/AARP. Connect, honor, share. StoryCorps Connect. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
I drove the whole way to practice in reverse. I don't recommend it. This move's called the reverse shuffle. I do recommend it. And it took me months to learn how to speak in reverse, like this. Years 10 almost for diabetes type 2 with living Ben has mom. In other words, my mom has been living with type 2 diabetes for almost 10 years. So together, we want to say to the 84 million Americans at risk, exercise and healthy eating can help reverse prediabetes. Start by taking a simple 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Bet he can't say that in reverse.
Shooting 57% in the first half. The Storm are well on their way to picking up their 24th win of the season. PD Doors, Craig Green bringing you coverage from inside the Richard B. Harrison Gymnasium. When the Jaguars shot 35% from the field, Craig, to be only down by 29 is not too bad.
They shot well from the three-point range, 5 of 8 in the first half, led by Jaden Gregory hitting 3 threes of his own, but it's not been enough volume. I mean, they've struggled offensively, I think. What I've seen here in this first half, they come out, they're weaving around the top of their key. It takes them until about 15 to 10 seconds to get inside the paint area to try to find a good shot. They put up a bad shot, they go 1 and out, and here comes Davidson Davie down the other end and lays it up and makes them pay for it. Can't have that happen again in the second half if you want to get back in this game. 29-point lead, I mean, that's all a result of Davidson Davie executing better on both ends of the floor.
Inside the box for the first half, Davidson Davie shot 57%, 40%, 4 for 10 from 3. They lead away with 25 rebounds, 4 turnovers. Biggest lead's 32, as we said, at 56-24 before Jaden Gregory's 3 to round out the first half. For the Jaguars, shooting 35%, 62%, like Craig said, from 3. Rebounds, 11. 9 turnovers. They have not had the lead yet today, but there's still 20 minutes to go of basketball. Can the Jaguars track this deficit down at halftime and pick up the W today?
It's going to be one possession at a time here. I mean, 29 points, you can't get that on a couple of buckets. That's going to take a dedication to defense, and you've got to start shooting hot. Again, Jaden Gregory is the danger man today for the Jaguars. He had 11 points in the first half and, hitting 3 3-pointers. He's perfect from the field. Find 21, find number 5 if number 1 and number 0 are a little cold right now, which they are. Dunn and Preddy in his first half, Petey, they combined for just 7 points on 3 of 14 shooting. So that's a recipe for disaster. If you keep doing that, you got to find the hot guy and feed it to him.
It's halftime, 56-27 from Selma. We're going to come right back here inside the Richard B. Harrison Gymnasium for the second half of the first game of the doubleheader on a Super Bowl Sunday. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Looking for a weekend getaway? Sit back and relax. Event Management has you covered. Whether a golf weekend with your friends or a romantic getaway with your spouse, let's sit back and relax, plan your next trip. No matter how big or small your vacation travel needs are, SBR handles all of the details. All you have to do is show up. So just sit back and relax while the professionals at SBR take care of the rest. Visit sbrnc.com or call 919-264-8418 to get your vacation started.
Time to rock and roll as the Jaguars are going to meet the Storm in the second half, trailing 56-29. PD Norris, Craig Green here, bringing you coverage, the number 2 team in the country, and Craig, they're playing like the number 1 team in the country.
Coming out here firing on all cylinders. I mean, shooting a blistering percentage at the half. Again, a well-oiled machine coming in here and doing what they do. Again, making the Jaguars pay for every time they don't put the ball in the hoop. You got to imagine Coach Matt Ridge going to drop some of the same stuff. I mean, if you're Davidson Davie, keep the screws down, clamp down, keep doing what you're doing. If you're the Jaguars, you have got to execute better on offense.
And it starts at the 20-minute mark here in the second half as the horn sound. Jaguars to the court. And the Storm will start the starters for the first half. Stroman, English, Taylor, Fields, and Suggs. Jaguars come out on Linton. Michael Linton, Dunn, Preddy, McLean, and Anderson.
Fields and Stroman in the first half, PD, both had 9 points and 5 rebounds apiece. And again, leading the Jaguars first half, Jaden Gregory, 11 points.
And a steal by Taylor and a one-handed slam as a crowd gets on their feet.
I don't know if you believe in symbolism, but that's a hell of a symbol to start the second half.
58-27. 31-point lead.
What do they have for us on the offensive end this time?
Second turnover.
Oh, and I hope Anderson is okay. He hit his head hard on the floor. Lost his shoe and everything.
So Q Anderson will remain on the court.
That's good to see. Able to shake that off because you can hear the thud over here. Happened right in front of us.
Taylor. Goes right in the paint and works inside to Stroman. Back out to Taylor. They'll spin the ball around the perimeter. Stroman on the right wing, looking inside the Fields, but they'll pull it back out top of the key to Suggs. Suggs looking to take Linton off the dribble. Drives, gets himself in a double team. Taylor for three. Off the mark and fighting and volleying and picking up the foul. So Stroman.
Taylor had a good look from three. Had to put it up, the shot clock running down. But then good job by the Jaguars to box out, force a foul call on the rebound.
19:01 left, 31-point lead. Storm set up in a full court press. Jaguars call a timeout.
Oh, and there was McLean flashing across just about a half a second too late.
We're going to stay right here looking at the huddle with Coach Matt Ridge on a 30-second timeout. You can hear him drawing up a play on defense. And if it worked that last time out, you come out in that full court press. The Jaguars need to learn to get the ball into play if they plan on splashing in the front court.
Got to execute better. I mean, they come right out of the locker room, turn the ball over twice. You know, you come down and miss a shot. Obviously, the Storm get the rebound. You know, again, not a good start here in the first 59 seconds, but you've got 19:01 to make it up.
58-27. Jaguars facing a full court man press, and they double teamed on the inbound and get a turnover and a lay-in for Fields.
So again, they're just trying to smother the Jaguars and end this thing early. I think that's what they're trying to do. They see they have them on the ropes. They see that they're reeling, and it's very possible that JCC is ready to receive the knockout blow. I think that's what Coach Ridge is sensing right now with a 33-point lead.
Preddy looking to go inside, and popping out was Anderson. McLean's in
Travel.
trouble, and he travels.
Okay. Had two thoughts at the exact same time with the basketball, but it led him to picking up that right foot and dragging it across the floor.
Fields will come in to Taylor. Brady picks up Taylor in the backcourt, put a little pressure on the, bringing the ball up.
Good job by Preddy, make him pass.
Stroman takes Linton to the hole, and it's 62 to 27. 35-point lead.
Stroman looked really smooth operating down low. Good hard screen by Q Anderson. I like it. I like that physicality.
Dunn goes baseline and almost turns it over. Preddy from the left wing. Suggs with the rebound and a turnover right to Preddy.
Got to find ways to get points on the board. That's one good way to do it. Get your hand in there to loosen the rebound up. Force a turnover. Good job.
Fields looking for help. Puts it on the floor. 17-footer. No. And Anderson.
Now you got to make him pay for that empty possession. Come out here and score.
Stockton will check in as Fields with a block from behind on McLean. Ahead to Fields, and Fields with the easy deuce. (64-29).
Linton's still a little too high out trying to catch the basketball.
We have a foul on Ethan English.
And that's just a foul of circumstance, I think, PD, because English wasn't really doing anything extraordinary there against Jaden Dunn. Dunn lost control of the ball. He leaned in, and there was English. The referee called the foul for the contact. Q Anderson with the right idea, just not good execution. Turnover number 14 for JCC.
64-29. Jaguars trail. Give me range and I'll shoot it. As Frank Stockton's first shot of the second half was short. And Tyler Johnston checks in for Stockton.
Got a nice crowd here today, PD, on Super Bowl Sunday. Lots of folks came out, weathered the storm there. But they're here, and I want to thank everybody for showing up and watching the game too. And everybody's probably going to try to hurry up, get home, and get some food for the Super Bowl.
Dillon rifles a pass to the corner. No one there.
Super Bowl starting early in this gym. That was a quarterback pass.
Jaguars 15 turnovers. 5 here in the second half.
Got more turnovers than rebounds.
Stroman with the entry pass, and the Stroman going up off the left side, making a 37-point lead. Jaguars with 2 points here in the second half, and that was the Preddy steal and Michael Linton.
Got to find the big man down low. Again, he led the league. He led the team in scoring against Cleveland, 21 points. Once he's down low operating, he's hard to stop.
Multiple substitutions checking in. We'll set the lineup for you as soon as they get on the court. Got Wade, Parker, Fields, Williams, along with Johnson for the Storm for the Jaguars. McLean, Dunn, Singleton, Linton, and Regquan Johnson. 15:48 left.
I still like this skyscraper lineup that they've got here for the Jaguars. Johnson and Linton together.
Linton goes to Johnson down low, and Linton misses the easy bunny. Great collapse defense. Is wide open. Tyler Johnson for 3, and Johnson loses the rebound, and here come the Storm, and no, it doesn't fall for Mike Wade.
Push from behind. They'll give it to Linton.
66-31. Wade makes the first. (67-31). Misses the opportunity to get the offensive board, and going up is Williams, and missing a shot. Renchquan Johnston pulls down the rebound, and the Jaguars push it in the front court. Johnston trailing, layup is good.
Welcome to the scorebook, Renchquan Johnston, first 2 points of the game.
Fighting and staying with it, Tyler Johnson makes it 69-33. Bodies on the floor. Right in front of our table is Baron Williams hustling for the ball and checking in. Stockton checks in for Mike Wade.
Got a mix of starters and reserves on the floor for Davidson Davie right now. They have one starter out there, that's Stockton. And Fields, correction.
(69-33). As you can hear Coach Matt Ridge on that pass says, "I'm not playing." As Kobe Parker.
I think that's kind of like, I think it was more like of a half-serious assessment from Coach Ridge. You know, hard to be mad about anything when you're up by 36.
Nice reverse layup by Johnson for the Jaguars.
And again, this skyscraper lineup, when you had Johnson and Linton together. I know it's just Johnson now, but I like that idea. You know,
Fields taking it reverse, and it's 71-35 pending. 3-point play. So Alex Reese checks in.
Fields up to 15 points, 8 rebounds. Just need 2 more rebounds for a double-double.
3-point play. 72-35. Push from behind, but no call.
Now another
Williams.
foul.
We got a media timeout. 72-35, 13. 51 left. We'll take a break with him.
He was the heart of your family, and he taught you our history. He helped you fix your first flat. He was the best backyard DJ around, and every time he'd tell a story, he'd own the room. But now more than ever, he may feel alone. Today, older adults and their loved ones are struggling to connect in a time when connection has never been more important. But there is something we can do. Embrace our older loved ones through StoryCorps Connect. With StoryCorps Connect, you can honor seniors remotely with an interview about their life. Every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history, so that years from now, future generations can listen in.
All right, Grandpa, what's one piece of advice you have for me?
Just 3 words, sweetheart. Live with courage.
The man that had the best stories still has plenty of stories to tell. So connect virtually and share the conversation of a lifetime at StoryCorpsConnect.org/AARP. Connect, honor, share. StoryCorps Connect. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
Jaguars battle with the Storm, 72-35. Here at the Richard B. Harrison Gymnasium, Petey Doors, Craig Green bringing you coverage. The Storm with the inbound and a turnover. It's going to be Jaguars with a ball. Everybody confused by what the call was. Not sure what the call was myself.
You and me both.
Dunn picks up his dribble on the baseline. A great defense by Alex Reese.
Not a good pass either by Dunn to try to get it back to Preddy. He tried to go over the top, but didn't get enough on it. Reese was right there to tip it away, kind of like a cornerback in the Super Bowl tonight.
Turnover, and here come the Storm. Nice pass is Stockton to the hole.
Yeah, Frank Stockton once again, 6 points in the first half, his first points of the second half. Now rebound comes down to Alex Reese after the miss by Jaden Dunn.
Oh, and it missed the dunk. Stockton, nice alley-oop. 39-point lead.
They were trying to shut it down right now. But when you're up by this much, Petey, you can rotate guys in. That's a turnover.
It's going to be Jaguars with the ball. It's off of the Storm. Jaguars looking to come into play. They get it in bounds.
And that was a gift call, to be honest with you. It looked like it rolled right off the foot of Elijah Preddy.
74-35. Corner three, in and out. Long rebound. Here comes Baron Williams. Drops it off, and his shot's blocked. Johnson with a block on Stockton.
Good job, Regquan Johnson.
Stockton looked like he's headed back to Lexington. Got away with the travel. A lot of commotion in the paint. The officials weren't set for the call.
The way people drive in the rain, you might get back there faster walking. Who knows?
Williams going in the paint, putting up a shot. What that shot was, Coach Matt Ridge looking and shaking his head, walking down the sideline. Is not sure what the shot was himself. It looked like Baron Williams was trying to draw the foul, and he'll have a seat.
Pulled it nearly from his belly up, tried to pull it up from his belly and get it up over the rim. But no luck, no such luck that time around. 16 on the shot clock.
You know, one thing with Coach Matt Ridge, if you make a mistake on the court, there's plenty of substitutions out there. I'll pull you out as Sims is fouled. And that was Johnson with the foul.
And Johnson hit the deck trying to draw some illegal contact by the offensive player, but instead he gets tagged with the foul. So 14 fouls on the Jags, 3 for Davidson Davie as Zahir Sims knocks down free throw number 1.
Sims' first point today.
Yeah, the only Storm players yet to score so far is Williams, Reese, and Sims. Well, Sims now on the board.
41-point lead. 76-35. Second half action here from Selma. Jaden Gregory's three is off the mark, fighting for the rebound, and coming out with the rebound is Tyler Johnson. Euro step into paint, puts up the shot. No, shooter's roll, and Johnson with the rebound and loses it in the midst of dribbling. Sims stops, pops, does not fall. 2 empty possessions for the Storm. Elijah Preddy trying to get the Jaguars started, and Stockton pulls down the rebound.
That shot hasn't been falling for Preddy recently. It's one of his bread and butter shots, but again, Jaguars have been really missing that offensive flow that they've been looking for.
Last time these two teams met, Jaden Dunn had 24 points. Manuel McLean had 12. Elijah Preddy just had 8. Najee Stroman had led the way with all scorers for Davidson Davie Storm with 22.
JCC shooting 42% as a team from the field, PD. That puts them at the penultimate position in Region 10, next to last.
76-35.
3 fouls in English.
In that game against Davidson Davie and Lexington, they shot 27%. They're only 2 for 19 from 3.
11.
21 for 30 from the charity stripe.
And 11 for 31 in the first half of this game.
Singleton misses the first free throw.
11 for 31 puts them 7% below their season average, which has been declining heavily the last month or so as they've been struggling on offense big time.
Jaguars stopped the bleeding with the free throw, and (76-36). 3.
I think Jaden Dunn heard me over here at the table talking about their being next to last in the conference in shooting.
Coach Matt Ridge calls a timeout. 78-39, 10:45 left. We're going to take it with them.
The heart of your family, and he taught you our history. He helped you fix your first flat. He was the best backyard DJ.
Pull out the timeout and just to do a rotation. 39-point lead.
Jags doubled up in their own gym again, PD. Another quiet crowd seeing
McLean flashing. That was Gregory flashing through the paint. Misses a shot. Coming down with the rebound, Johnson. Johnson hands it off to English, and English to the corner for 3 for Reese. And long, big rebound for Sims, and he misses easy bunny. DDCC with their ball. And 3 for English from the corner, 2 flat. Reese with a push out and done. And we have a foul on Kobe Parker.
It got Dunn going up as he was going to the basket. I mean, the speed of Jaden Dunn does give teams a problem. I mean, Jaden Dunn, you can tell by looking at him, Pete. He's put together. This kid works out. Takes physical fitness and conditioning seriously.
Davidson Davie on a current 22-12 run in the second half. 10:06 left as Sims will have a seat for DJ Suggs to return to play. Next game up, Lady Jaguars matching up with the Cape Fear Sea Devils. And Dunn goes 50% from the line. 78-40. Long 3 off the mark, and chasing down a big rebound was Tyler Johnson. Goes down low, nice pass to English. It's 80-40.
Just getting uglier and uglier as the game goes along. Right now at this point of the game, what you want to see from the Jaguars are just positive possessions. Because the outcome feels like it's not in doubt.
Parker ahead and wide open English.
Another turnover.
Suggs to the corner for Parker for 3, and it's good.
You feel the confidence radiating all around the Storm bench as guys are coming in and just making shots, knocking them down, and just keeping the train rolling. Another turnover, PD. A bad pass right into the passing lane.
Suggs.
But good
pass is blocked by Jaden Gregory.
Yeah, good defense by Gregory to knock it away. For the Jaguars, PD, this is going to be their 5th game, their first game in first of 5 games in about 10 days.
29-13 run for the Storm.
For those of you recall, they lost here Thursday night against Catawba Valley. They're playing here today. On the 15th, they'll go at Lenoir, Saturday at Lewisburg, then right back here on next Sunday, to host Southwest Virginia. That's a gauntlet if I've ever seen one. I'm sure Coach Creasy's going to have some interesting ways to kind of keep guys fresh and try to manage that situation. Fatigue could really play a factor in the next 5 games.
Jaguars are 3-13 in conference play, 5-14 overall. on the season. They started the calendar year off with a win against Quattaba Valley, 80-79. They picked up another win a week later against Guilford Tech. They beat Mountain Gateway since then. They've picked up 3 wins in the calendar year of 2024. But still continue to struggle, trailing 87-40.
They just can't find their offensive flow. I mean, if they're not turning the ball over, they're going 1 and out. 20 turnovers for the Jaguars.
Suggs with the easy bunny, 89-40. (33-13) run. 7:35 left.
It's 4 on English. He's going to probably have a seat for at a minimum, the next few minutes here. As
complaining about his knee as he exits.
Speaking of knees, Q Anderson has his knee wrapped up, his right knee.
That could do a lot with a fall earlier with Stroman. We thought it was his head, it was his knee. Gregory in the corner. Dunn lobs it into Linton. Linton put the body on Stockton and goes up. And let him get away with the easy bunny.
That's where Linton needs to catch the basketball, down low. Let him operate right there near that restricted area. He does his best work down there.
And Baron Williams answers back as he sticks his chest out. 91-42.
So now only guys left to score for the Storm is just Recent Moore, that's it.
And done. 91-44, 6:45 left. As Johnson will check in for Linton.
You can hear the energy in this gym, Petey. It's basically deflated. I mean, you even hear it in our PA announcer announcing the basket by Jaden Dunn. I mean, it sounded like the air and the breath was just taken away from him. You know, because everyone here was very, very hopeful that today was the day that you could see probably the biggest upset in all of NJCAA would have happened right here today. I was hopeful for it. A lot of these fans are hopeful for it, but we see exactly why Davidson Davie is who they are and why they have not lost a real basketball game in nearly a calendar year, folks. They have one loss in this season. That was a forfeit. This team is crushing people week in and week out. They have not really been challenged too much, and they seem like they are poised, primed, and ready to make another run for a championship.
And that forfeit was against Central Carolina. That Saturday, the 4th of November, a player dropped class on Friday. They dropped below 12 credit hours, and they played him on Saturday. I mean, in that game, they put up 104 points, and they defeated Central Carolina 104-84. But, you know, when you play an ineligible player, it's a forfeit any way you look at it. So that's their only loss this season.
Rules are rules, but, you know, what happened on the court speaks for itself.
They have not lost on the court, like Craig said, in almost a calendar year.
Shot clock never got operated, Petey. It's still stuck on 30 as the ball was being inbounded by the Storm.
Sometimes a shot clock operator will catch himself watching the game and forget he's actually working. So now the Storm will have to inbound it in front of their bench.
This outcome's not a positive one, but I'll tell you what, the shoe game out here is pretty nice. Look at all these collection of fancy-looking, colorful shoes for all these players. Got
I'd have to
pink
go
and
with
green and yellow.
I would have to go with Redquan's shoes. I mean, nice color matches. It's pink and white. It's Aiden Taylor. He started the second half off with the dunk, and he'll pick up the 93rd point for the Storm.
I'm looking at Michael Linton shoes. I'm also looking at Jaden Dunn shoes. There's the yellow ones. I mean, they're kind of giving me like, you know, banana boat vibes and stuff, but they're still pretty cool looking. I could see myself rocking those.
Great defense by Kobe Parker to get the turnover and head to Baron Williams. His shot is blocked by Dunn.
Good recovery by Dunn to get back on defense.
Good part about not giving up. Now you're down by 49. And the answer back, Kobe Parker says, you blocked the layup, but I got a 3 for you, buddy.
And, you know, speaking to the not giving up and continue to play, that's a credit to the players. It's a credit to Coach Jay Creasy because, yeah, you want to win on the scoreboard, but you also can win on the court by playing your hardest and executing at your very best ability, regardless of the score.
Dunn in the corner, goes inside. Nice look to Johnston, and Johnston loses it going up. Nice pass. Collected a pass and pulls it back out. 3 on the way. Pop, pop, pop. And that's Kobe Parker's way to say, you guys have 99 problems. And it's a storm that blew through Johnson County today.
Kobe Parker, 4 of 7 from the field. All 4 of them are from beyond the arc.
And then Baron Williams with the steal. So he gets the push from Dunn from behind.
Yeah, Jaden Dunn's not going to give up an easy layup. You got to, you know, PD, one thing you got to look at there, to be honest with you, could that also have been a flagrant foul? He made no play on the basketball. Just shoved him in the back from behind. That would totally institute, you know, we don't have replay here in Region 10, but if we did, I think that would look at that and call that a flagrant 1.
Got 100 points on the board. We've crossed the century mark here in Johnson County.
100-44, Pete. It's a score I did not think we'd see on this scoreboard here today. I know the Jaguars wanted this one badly. They were here early getting shots up. Everybody was out here early getting shots up for JCC. But unfortunately, again, too cold offensively. Didn't do enough defensively to keep Davidson Davie honest. And, you know, we see it firsthand right here in front of us, Petey, why the Storm are who they are.
Nice steal by Baron Williams. Trailing, kicking it to the right wing to Wade. Wade steps in to secure the shot, and it's 102-44.
23 turnovers for the Jaguars, 17 rebounds.
Jaguars last time, they said it earlier, November 11th, they put up 59 on the road, and right now they're at 46. That shot makes it 46.
A good fight by Q Anderson to keep it going. Followed up his own shot, got the board, continued the scrap, went up, got the bucket. Now going to the line to collect on the bruises.
Q Anderson looking for a 3-point play for the Jaguars. Could not convert. That's one area the Jaguars continue to struggle this season.
Free throw shooting has been an Achilles heel for JCC as they are 8th in Region 10 at free throw shooting.
.102-46.
Shooting just under 70% as a team.
Frank Stockton misses.
And, you know, matter of fact, coming up on Tuesday night, they're actually going to be playing against the worst free throw shooting team, or this Thursday, correction, the worst free throw shooting team in the conference. That's Lenore.
.102-46. Frank Stockton misses both free throws. Singleton trying to cross over at the top of the key. Goes left side to Anderson. Anderson looking at high. 14 on the shot clock, and Linton taking it to the hole.
I like that smooth look by Linton. He seems comfortable putting the ball on the floor and going to the basket. he's definitely a building block for this team if they can get guys around him, especially feed him the basketball. Wide open Kobe Parker.
That makes it 105-48.
Parker's hit 4 straight threes, PD, in the second half. 4 straight. In the second half, he's 4 of 5 from the field.
Singleton coming up empty on that possession. Straight to the hole, Frank Stockton. 107-48, 2:54 left. The turnover. If this was high school, we'd have a running clock a long time ago.
So got to ask, who's your Super Bowl pick?
Anybody but Taylor Swift.
Well, I mean, both of our teams have been long out of the race, so we're just, innocent bystanders to what's going to happen tonight. Nice take by McClain to the basket. I like that.
McClain with the hook. And McClain looking for a three-point play, trailing by 57.
That's McClain's first points of the game. He grabbed a rebound in the first half, but outside of that, was 0 for 2 from the field. But yeah, I've got San Francisco 26-23. I mean, it's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes. He's a master magician. Has a foul on McClain against Tyler Johnson. But I just don't see. I think San Francisco has the 2 best units on the field at any time, their run offense and their entire defense.
Next year we'll be there for the Super Bowl and watch the Jets and the Falcons play.
Hope so. And we might be right here at the Richard B. calling a couple games pregame, and just have to order some DoorDash. I'll go get it and bring it here.
108-51. Tyler Johnson, perfect from the line. 2 points away from what they put up against the Jaguars last time in Lexington with just 2:25 left.
And see the Lady Jaguars sitting, waiting patiently for their turn to get on the court. Nalia White, Elena Randolph sitting in the second row. Front row, you got Coach Sierra McDuffie, Melanie Patterson, and Desire Thompson sitting here watching the game. Correction, it's Maya Smith sitting there, not Desire.
Majority of the time, the Lady Jaguars are the first team out, but today, with Davidson Davie coming over from Lexington, everybody wants to try to get home and watch the Super Bowl, get home safe. There's stormy conditions out there. They moved the game to 1 o'clock for the boys, and the girls will play the final. Nice backdoor cut and nice defense by Johnson to stop Tyler Johnson.
Referee swallowed the whistle right there because Regquan definitely fouled him.
(109-53).
You're talking about trying to get home before the storm, Petey. The storm happened inside this gym, I'll tell you right now. 109 points with 2 minutes to go. It's been total domination by Davidson Davie.
The first points at the 1954 mark. 3 on the way, and it's nothing but nylon as you can see the goggles of Johnson for nice shot by Kobe Parker.
5 consecutive three-pointers without a miss by Kobe Parker.
112-53.
A lot of it's been in garbage time, but hey, I mean, good shooting is good shooting. So good on him.
We'll have the official box scores at the end of the game. You guys are sticking around for game 2. 5 for 6 from 3 for Kobe Parker in the second half. (112-53), 1:11 left.
Another lesson learned here, Petey, for the Jaguars. Another one. I mean, this was going to be a tough out regardless. You know, I think, you know, you knew that. They knew that. Coach Creasy knew it.
If you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah. The scoreboard is the proof in the pudding. 1-12. I mean, we're one free throw away, Petey, from a 60-point lead in college basketball. That doesn't happen very often.
Making the first free throw is Johnston for the Jaguars. 92 days ago, the Jaguars fell to the Storm 111 in Lexington to 59. They trail 112 to 54 at home.
I mean, this is an emphatic statement made on the road by, I mean, one of the top small college programs in the country. As Q Anderson draws that foul, it's 4 on Q. This point doesn't really matter. We're a minute to go in this game. And, you know, we're not separated by one possession, so.
This will be the 7th time Davidson Davie has exceeded 100 points this season. Another big statement is when they went and played Sand Hills, they won 110 to 83 at home.
It's not the same Sand Hills from last year that made their way up to UACAA #1, but that's still impressive.
113 to 54. Hook shot is off the mark. And Kobe Parker pulling down a rebound. And Johnson hits the floor hard.
Got his legs swept out from underneath him on the way down. And good on Johnson that he's okay. And he got called for the foul, so insult to injury for Regquan Johnson.
So Tyler Johnson will go to the line. Making both free throws will put him up by 61. Announcer's jinx misses the first.
Johnson will sit down. That was a hard fall, PD. I mean, we all know this is a wood floor, but when you hear these kids hit the floor, I mean, I kind of cringe every single time.
60-point lead, 114 to 54. Nice pass inside. They'll kick it out. 3 on the way. No, and Johnson with a rebound. No shot clock. They'll walk it out for the final horn. 114 to 54 will be your final score from Selma. We'll come right back here with stats, facts, and figures. Once we get the official box scores from the scores table. 114 to 54, your final score from Selma, North Carolina, as the Storm improved to 24-1 on the season, and the Jaguars pick up their 6th straight loss. We'll be right back here.
Family, and he taught you our history. He helped you fix your first flat. He was the best backyard DJ around. And every time he'd tell a story, he'd own the room. But now more than ever, he may feel alone. Today, older adults and their loved ones are struggling to connect.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. 60-point defeat for the Jaguars. They fall 114 to 54 over the Davidson Davie Storm. The Davidson Davie Storm come in and picked up the big win today against the Jaguars, shooting 44 for 80. from the field. We'll go with the final points for the Storm. Leading the way is Parker with 20, followed by Fields with 18. Leading the way for the Storms. For the Jaguars, and Michael Linton with 10, Jaden Gregory with 11. The Jaguars shot 21 for 63 from the field, 6 for 14 from 3. The Storm shot 19 for 23. The first half, the Storm shot 59%. The second half, they shot 51% for a game total of 55%. Jaguars shot 33%, Craig.
33% shooting from the field's not going to get it done. And again, we talked about the Jaguars struggling on offense. I mean, shooting they're next to last in Region 10 in their shooting percentage. And we saw it rear its ugly head again here today, Petey, just like you said. First half, 11 of 32 from the field. Just a poor outing for the Jaguars. I mean, consistently bad, unfortunately for them. 10 of 31 in the second half. Just not good enough. It's not good enough. And again, the lessons learned. And they'll have to come out here on Thursday night at Lenore and try to right the ship. I mean, it's going to be their second game in 10 days. Got to buckle down, forget about this one, and move forward.
All right, next up, the Sea Devils from Cape Fear match up with the Jaguars. We're going to come right back here with the next game. Check on Jaguars Sports Network. Petey Doors, Craig Green.